Hi, Arcfieldweather.com meteorologist Paul Dorian here on Tuesday afternoon, March the 19th. Spring gets underway officially later on tonight. It's 11:06 p.m. Eastern time for the beginning of spring. Certainly still has plenty of cold air masses left across North America. Looks like they'll drop from the northwest to the southeast into the U.S. over the next couple of weeks, maybe 2 or 3 weeks of additional cold air outbreaks. That raises the chance for some severe weather. Certainly next week there's a possibility for a severe weather outbreak, and it certainly raises the chances for some more accumulating snow across a good portion of the northern U.S. Let's take a look at the latest, the 12Z run of the Canadian model. Here we're starting off with the 850 millibar temperature anomalies, and we have a cold air outbreak right now centered over the eastern states and one upstream across the southern part of Canada. Well below normal temperatures today throughout much of the mid-Atlantic region, the northeast U.S. It does get milder on Wednesday ahead of the next cold front, but that cold frontal passage tomorrow night will usher in another cold air mass for Thursday and Friday. And then attention will turn to the mid-Atlantic coastline for the possibility of a strong low pressure area by the early part of the upcoming weekend. We'll talk about that over the next few minutes. Let's walk through the 850 millibar temperature anomaly maps, and again tomorrow maybe kind of a brief warm-up. Place like DC, Philadelphia, New York City, maybe 60 degrees in DC, well up in the 50s across Philadelphia and even New York City. But upstream to the north and west, yet another cold air mass is getting ready to drop to the south and east. A cold front comes through later tomorrow afternoon into the evening, maybe some rain or snow showers associated with that across the mid-Atlantic region, and then it comes in full force by Thursday, well below normal temperatures, probably holding in the lower 20s in many areas along the I-95 corridor region in the mid-Atlantic, and plenty of cold air upstream. Down across the southern part of the nation, most areas are above normal, but again, this cold air mass kind of sticks around and then disappears for a little while over the early part of the upcoming weekend, and this is when low pressure could really intensify off the mid-Atlantic coastline. But at this point, early part of the weekend, much of southern Canada below normal, and certainly a lot of that air will drop to the south and east. Let's move forward here, and we see the buildup of that cold air. Now this is a time period early next week where we've got to watch out for the possibility of some severe weather. You notice this area right here with warmer conditions to the east and colder, much below normal temperatures to the west, and this is your clash zone here. And this is early next week, still several days away, but it's something I certainly have concern about, that there could be some severe weather, maybe a severe weather outbreak associated with this frontal system. It slowly moves on to the east here by the time we get to next Tuesday, and then the middle of next week, Wednesday, and finally by the time we get to Thursday, we have this expansive area below normal temperatures across the northern plains, much of the Midwest, and it's slowly moving to the east, or maybe another low pressure area out ahead of it next Thursday time frame. This happens to be, by the way, the opening day for the Major League Baseball season next Thursday. Certainly could be some nasty weather conditions in the eastern states and very cold weather conditions out across the much of the northern U.S. Again, this is a week from this Thursday. Next Thursday, the 28th, will go out a little bit farther in time. This goes out a full 10 days. This is now Friday, March 29th. A lot of cold air across much of the nation by the end of next week. Now let's walk through the 500 millibar height anomaly forecast maps, again using the Canadian model run from 12Z this morning. Low pressure over the coastline here, the east coast, and it extends all the way up into south central Canada. And here's that spinning low out over the southwestern states. That contributed to Denver's big snowstorm late last week, and it's still sitting and spinning out over the southwestern states. However, it now gets kicked to the east. We'll watch this push out of the southwest. Here it is right here by Thursday morning, and that drives to the south and east into the Gulf region by Friday night. And this could very well contribute to a strong low pressure down across the southeastern states by late in the work week. that then moves up to the north and east just off the mid-Atlantic coastline. Here we go by Saturday. And again, kind of an intensifying upper level low over the southeastern states. It does move up to the north and east right here by the latter part of the upcoming weekend, and could very well sit and spin for a couple of days. This is certainly a system worth watching because it's not too far to the north and west. There's cold air. Upstate PA, upstate New York, interior New England may get some frozen precipitation out of this. And then take a look here by the early part of next week, another vigorous system out across the west. And this is a time period, again, where there's possibility of severe weather. We have this separation here with the very cold air to the west. This is Monday night time frame, and warmer than normal air, maybe even a little bit of a ridge popping up here to the east. So we'll have to watch for this as an active clash zone or battle zone early to middle part of next week. And then we push forward here in time. This is all the way out to the middle part of next week, and this is associated with that very expansive area of below normal temperatures. Well, let's wrap up with the surface forecast map, again using the 12Z Canadian model run. Colder than normal conditions throughout the northeastern states, and that kind of extends to the north and west up across the upper Midwest and northern plains. Now, let's move forward here. Bit of a warm-up during the day tomorrow. There's a little bit of a frontal system right in here by tomorrow evening. Again, it could produce some rain or snow showers across the mid-Atlantic region, certainly upstate New York, interior New England, snow showers, maybe even a little bit of accumulation. And that ushers in another cold air mass for Thursday, right here over the mid-Atlantic region into the northeast U.S. Below normal, well below normal air mass moving in for Thursday and Friday. And then here comes the moisture starting to gather itself across the Gulf region here by the end of the work week. This is now Friday morning, cold high across southeastern Canada, a lot of cold air up here, so this is a system worth monitoring. This again associated with that same upper level feature that's still spinning out over the southwestern states. It finally gets kicked out and kind of intensifies by the time it reaches the southeastern states, setting off the development of that low pressure, and that drives to the north and east. Here we go by Saturday evening, and there's certainly some differences between this model and some of the other models. GFS and Euro all have kind of different solutions here for this early weekend system, but it definitely is something worth monitoring closely over the next few days. Notice here some heavy rain depicted here by the Canadian model over places like the Delmarva Peninsula, eastern Virginia. That certainly can extend up to the I-95 corridor region. And watch what the Canadian model does. It moves a low pressure here. It doesn't go away anytime soon. If anything, it tends to kind of rotate around. This is all the way now into Sunday night, early Monday morning. A strong low pressure area off the mid-Atlantic coastline, cold enough for snow, interior northern New England at this particular time. So this is a system that very well could be a long-lasting system, and again, we'll have to monitor. This is going all the way out a week from right now to next Tuesday, and here comes that next system with a lot of cold air behind it. We'll go out a little bit farther in time and watch this shift to the eastern seaboard by next Wednesday, and then next Thursday, right here, low pressure off the mid-Atlantic coastline. Again, a lot of cold air just to the north and west of the I-95 corridor region, interior New England and interior mid-Atlantic region certainly can be cold enough for snow towards the end of next week. This is all the way out about 10 days or so right now. This is the latter part of next week. Again, this happens to be opening day for baseball next Thursday, March 28th. So a lot of cold air outbreaks continuing not only this week and next week, but probably into the following week as well. An active weather pattern. It could produce some severe weather, especially looking at early to the middle part of next week, and absolutely can produce some more accumulating snow across a good portion of the northern U.S. over the next 2 to 3 weeks or so. That's it for now. For ArcfieldWeather.com, this has been meteorologist Paul Dorian.